Welcome to Foodies Chicago. I'm Camille Parker from Camille'sDish.com. I'm coming to you from Allium, new American restaurant and bar in the Four Seasons, Chicago. Coming up on the show, see what rocks at a heavy metal burger bar in Avondale, and we'll get a lesson in truffles from a former chef at the Trump. But first, I'm here in the kitchen at Allium with one of my very favorite chefs in the entire city, Chef Kevin Hickey, who's going to show us a few new dishes from his new menu.
Yeah, we're gonna do our cheese lavash first.
Okay.
Which we use a little bit of pumpkin oil. We start off with plain lavash, cut it into the shape that we want it to be. We cut a little hole here, and we'll find out later why we cut that hole.
Don't tell us all the secrets
right
in front.
Yeah, so then we do a little bit of pumpkin oil.
Which, this is obviously from the seeds, it's green.
It is, it's delicious, toasted pumpkin oil.
Okay.
And then a little bit of sea salt.
Do you make the lavash?
We make the lavash, it's very simple stuff.
Okay.
And then some pumpkin seeds. Get them all over the place. Don't forget the top there.
Don't forget the top.
Over the hole. Why is the hole there?
We don't know yet. We're going to find out later.
Then we have this awesome cheese. It's called Kickapoo from Ludwig Farms, downstate Illinois. Really delicious. Melts really nicely. We just kind of put it all over the place.
Okay.
It also helps. It's a little bit of a glue that keeps those pumpkin seeds from falling off. So we're going to slide this in the oven.
Okay.
And then we have a really unique and fun way of serving it. And now you know why there's a hole.
This goes to the table like this?
Goes to the table just like that.
And then how do we eat it?
Well, you know, everybody has their own way. Some people like to just kind of pick at it. Take a piece like that and eat. And some people like to just take the whole thing and break it up.
I love the pumpkin seeds.
And then you just pick at it.
Okay, and so what's next?
And so then our most popular dish on the menu, believe it or not, with all the sausage and homemade hot dogs and cheese lavash and all the stuff that we have on the menu, is our kale salad. And it's probably one of the healthiest things you could eat here or anywhere. And so we start off with Tuscan black kale, which is super healthy. This is we call it our superfood salad.
Awesome.
So we have black kale, we have sweet potatoes, we have hickory nuts, which are in the walnut family that we have wild foraged for us. We just take the spines out of our black kale, which we grow this on our rooftop actually all summer long. We grow black kale and red kale.
That's fantastic.
And it's a wonderful plant to grow at home because you get a nice plant going and then you kind of like shear off the top, use that for a few days, and you come back a few days later and the top's back. You just keep shearing it off the top. So we bake it, so it's really healthy. We don't fry it, we don't saute it. We just drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper.
I mean, texturally, it's going to come out.
Well, the great thing about it is it comes out, like this part's going to come out crispy and this part's going to come out soft and chewy. Okay. So it makes a great salad because it's a combination of those textures, exactly. So we'll put that in the oven.
Okay.
So you can see this is how it comes out. And some of them are crisp and some of them are really soft and chewy.
Yum.
So we put those in a bowl. And then we make a great vinaigrette out of maple syrup. And this maple syrup was packed into a rye whiskey barrel for us at Burton Farms in Indiana.
So you either grow it yourself, have it foraged, people are making stuff for you. You can't get this stuff anywhere else.
That's the whole point, because then you got to come here to have it. So why give people something they can get elsewhere? And then we take our sweet potato, another superfood that we have just roasted, and then after we roast it, we put it into a really, really high-powered blender and whip it till it's just super, super creamy and smooth.
You mean the Vitamix, the greatest blender on the planet?
I mean Vitamix, the greatest blender ever created.
Ever invented.
So we make a nice little bed there.
Yum, this is looking fabulous already.
Like that. And then we're also gonna take the salad up even further, add a little frigola, and then we toss our greens, our kale.
Yum.
Little toasted hickory nuts, which are in the walnut family.
I better taste one of those, because I don't think I've ever tasted one.
Another superfood. And these are actually wild foraged for us.
Not toasted either, just raw.
These are just raw, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
They taste a little bit like pecans.
A little bit, yeah. They're kind of the pecan walnut.
Yeah.
And then we finish off with a little bit of chili threads, which are like a microgreen taken off the top of chili plants.
Never
That
seen
are
this
great
before.
color, great texture,
They're so gorgeous.
tiny bit of heat, not really spicy. And that's our kale salad.
When we come back, I take a turn in the kitchen, and Leanne Trotter introduces us to a chef who gave up his corporate life at the Trump for truffles. Now it's time for me to put on my chef coat. I'll show you how to make a delicious braised chicken dish that's good anytime. So here's how it starts out. We just put a little bit of olive oil in a pan. We want our pan pretty hot to start off because we're gonna sear this chicken. And you see that I have skinless chicken. I prefer to use skinless chicken because I like less fat, which I'm trying to do the skinny dish. So it's all delicious flavors, full flavors, but without all the fat. So this is a great way to do it. So I'm just gonna add this guy to my pan. You can hear him sizzle, and that's good. That's what I want. So get the other guy in there too, face down. You always wanna put the presentation side down first because that's gonna give you a really good sear. It's gonna be the best color. It's gonna be the prettiest. Now while he's in the pan, you wanna leave him alone. This is something that sometimes people have a hard time with. They want to make sure everything's okay. They keep touching the chicken, they push it around, and then you never get a good sear. So that's important. Put him in there, give him some time to get some good color on him. I'm also going to season it up while he's in there. Just going to add a little salt to each one. You can use chicken breast as well if you prefer. Since I take the skin off, I prefer to use the leg and thigh because they have a little bit more fattiness to them without being excessive in fat. They have a little richer flavor. So using the breast is fine as well, or you could use all parts of the chicken, no problem. So just give these guys a little bit more time in here. My bell peppers are going in right on top of the chicken, and that's totally fine. The chicken's going to end up braising, the bell peppers are going to braise along with it, they're going to be in this nice bath of tomato sauce, and it's all going to come together and be delicious. Okay, now that we have a little bit of color on our peppers, they've just started to brown a little bit, I'm going to add my garlic. So I'm just going to take maybe 1 clove of garlic, sliced, you know, good and thick, because I don't want them to fall apart in there. I'm just going to add it in there. Now I don't want it to be super, super hot at this point because I don't want the garlic to sear. I just want it to sweat a little. So just give him another minute in the pan. Right there with the peppers and the chicken. The rest of them are doing just fine. We'll have them on a medium-low temperature and let those go. And then I'm going to add the prosciutto as well. So I'm going to take a nice hearty amount of my sliced prosciutto and add that to the pan as well. I really like prosciutto because, again, he's pretty skinny. I mean, he's got a little bit of fattiness to him, but he's only about 80 calories per ounce, and really, he's so salty and flavorful in the first place that you really don't need to use that much of it in the first place. So it's a great way to get a good sort of porky saltiness without having a whole bunch of calories. We're not talking pork belly here. We're talking pretty darn lean for what it is, pork product. And you're gonna get all the flavors to come out. So we're getting our garlic to go. These guys are looking pretty good. Our prosciutto's going a little bit. We're starting to get some sear. Getting a little crispiness there. And he is looking fine. That's what I like. Get a little color on these babies. Yep. All right, done. Now we're ready to hit it with our Vino Bianco, our white wine. So all we're doing here is pulling up all the deliciousness that we've created underneath. See these little soups here? We want that stuff. So just enough to make it steam. Pull up the good stuff. Now that's gonna moisten our bell peppers as well. It's gonna be really nice. And now I'm gonna add my tomato puree. You can also add a little bit of water or chicken broth or chicken stock at this time if you have it available. Now I'm gonna add some fresh oregano. I'm gonna put the whole stick in there just like that. Let him stew together. And now all you have to do is give this guy a cover and go ahead and pop it right in the oven. He's gonna stay in there for about 25 or 30 minutes. Then he's gonna be beautiful and warm and ready to go.
His name, Chef Frank Brunacci, and he has an online truffle company that his wife started, and he's here to tell us all about it. Truffles.
Truffles, can you believe it?
No.
Yeah, gave up the corporate life for the truffle life. So obviously, you know, chefs, the Italian chefs will put it on pasta and risottos. The French chefs will use it on, you know, different things with scallops, mashed potatoes, and all these sort of things. So anything that has an earthy content, peas, fava beans, corn is like the marriage made in heaven. Lobster, it's, oh my God, the truffle and lobster is the best thing.
And then, of course, you have the truffle oils and the other products.
We're introducing a full line. It's truffle oil, there's truffle vinaigrette, there's a truffle honey, which is to die for. And I'm telling you, put just a little drop on a vanilla ice cream, and your mind just goes to heaven.
They taste so good. I can't say they smell good.
It has an aroma, you know, and the wonderful thing, it's very earthy. Some of them have a different smell to another. The summer truffles really have no smell. It's just more or less, it looks like a truffle. It tastes a little bit like the earth. But you know, the Perigord is the crown jewel.
So your company is called The Chef's Diamond.
The Chef's Diamond Company. Our website is www.thechefsdiamond.com. It's a wonderful legacy that I want to bring forward to my family. I've got 2 young children. I think this is something for them. These truffles have been in Grand Australia for 50 years.
Wow.
If we do it right, they'll partner with me for the rest of my life, and hopefully the rest of my children's lives. So
And Chicago will be beneficial from
we will
all
be
of
a
this.
mecca of truffles. I mean, you know, there's so many big truffle houses in New York, but 0 here in Chicago. I think Chicago is I don't care about New York, to tell you the truth. I think we're a better food city than New York is, and I think that this place should house 1 or 2 of these little emporiums. So
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Learned a lot about the truffles. Yay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Leanne. Coming up next, see what brought 3 guys in a booth to a really big boat. Then later, what's in a name? The story behind this rockin' corner with some of the city's best burgers. And we're back in the kitchen. Chef Kevin Hickey is going to show us one more dish.
We're going to make our half chicken under the brick, which is wildly popular. So we get these beautiful Amish chickens from a cooperative, marinate them in garlic, lemon, olive oil, and
Thyme
and rosemary. Yep. And we cook them to order. What I love about this is I love a good roasted chicken, but doing a roasted chicken in a restaurant where roasted chicken is not the only thing you're doing is really challenging to have it always be crisp and fresh and delicious. So with this boneless preparation of the half chicken, we're able to cook it a la minute. So you come in, you order this, and that's when we put it on the griddle, and it's a super crispy skin.
Are we talking 2 breasts here or breast
No,
and
this
thigh?
is a half of a chicken.
This is half
so there's
this
your
way.
breast,
Oh, got
here's
it.
your leg and thigh.
Boneless half.
All
Got
boned
it.
out.
Nice. That is convenient.
Put that on the griddle, on the plancha. Kind of open up your breast there a little bit. And then we don't use an actual brick, but we use a cast iron skillet.
What's this going to do for us?
It's going to speed up the cooking process. It's going to get the skin real evenly spread out on the plancha, so it gets really crisp all the way around. There's our half chicken, all crispy and golden brown.
It is fabulous.
So then we just put a nice little stripe of our Three Sisters polenta. Cut this chicken in half for you. Move the sauce around. It's watercress blooms.
My mouth just watered. Those are beautiful. They're such a bright green color.
They are.
Much different than the watercress you normally see.
Yeah, these are actually watercress blooms. So they're the top of the watercress plant that are actually starting to
Almost
flower.
flowering, yeah.
So they have a really bright flavor. They're not quite as hot as regular watercress, but they are a little stringent, so they have a nice crunch. And it's a nice foil to the rich chicken jus and the polenta. You get this little bit of acid, a little crunch.
A little pepper, a little bite.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for having us, Kevin. I'm so excited to experience your new Allium, your new restaurant. It looks fabulous.
Great. It was a pleasure having you in the kitchen as always.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so
come
much.
again soon. Check out the restaurant.
We absolutely will.
So I'm going right to the leg and thigh. That's my favorite part.
I want it. I'm Camille Parker from Camille'sDish.com. See you next time on Foodies Chicago.